All right, all right. It looks like we are live. Good morning, everyone, or good evening, or good afternoon. Hey, whenever you see this stream, say hello in the comment section and also let me know from where you are tuning in today. I will be monitoring the chat over here on this side. And again, as you know, with YouTube, there is about a 15 to 20-second delay. We're going to jump into crude oil. I hope to be here long enough to see that market open, and maybe we can even take a live scalp of at least 5 or 10 points today. So, Alex, good morning. Good morning. Good to see you here this morning. Welcome again to the members area. So, again, use the comments to say good morning, where you're from, and then we're going to get started here in this crude oil in just a minute. Dr. Manu, good evening from India. Welcome, welcome. Yes, different time zones, different time zones. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Kevin Adams, good morning, my brother. Good to have breakfast with you yesterday, my friend. All right, good morning, Daniel. Good morning, sir. Susanna, buenos dias. Good morning. Daniel James, UK. All right, getting out to the UK next year, so I will let you know. Randy, good morning from Toronto. Bruno, good morning from Portugal. We've got Randy from Toronto. We've got James from the UK. Susanna, again, good morning. My brother from another mother, Kevin Adams, is in the house right here from Miami. Awesome. Daniel, thank you, thank you. Hello, hello, roll. Yes, I might be bad with all the names. Jens, good morning from the Dutch land. Man, we are global. We are growing and we are global, and that is so awesome to see. So if you're just joining us, say hello. Quick question here. My broker only has Brent and Crude and not WTI, although I see trading patterns are very similar. Yeah. So I'll send you a message on who I use because they're the lowest spreads and all that stuff. But I'll send that to you. So if you want to see exactly what I see on my broker, even though I use TradingView because everybody has access to it, right? With so many different brokers, some people trade futures. So I just generically use TradingView, but price action should be pretty similar. Okay. And Ivan, good afternoon. I know you are in Europe somewhere. Hey, let's jump into the chart. Let's get ready for market open here going on. Let me get rid of this comment. Again, if you want to ask questions, this is the members live session. Also, you can ask questions if this is your first time on a live session. And I'm also doing a free preview for those that are not members yet. We'll do these hopefully at least once a week, right? Where we teach something. Sometimes I come in and just show you a little something. If we can catch a live trade, we can. But the question that we always get is, are we going to trade? And the answer is, if there's a setup with a high probability, we shall trade. Okay. If you're a struggling trader, like I was at the beginning, I wanted to wake up every morning and give myself an excuse to hit buy or sell, right? I woke up every morning with this little phone here, right? And said, oh my God, I'm just dying to hit buy or sell. I wasn't looking at charts. I wasn't looking at support and resistance. I was just wanted to buy or sell. I wanted the energy of buy or sell. And that's why I lost more than I won in my first couple of years, right? So it takes psychology. It takes discipline. It takes understanding that we are sands in the desert when it comes to our impact on a $7 trillion a day market, right? Let's just get in, right? I'm retired law enforcement, but I'm actually going to say this publicly. When I trade, I become a thief. I want to get in, take a little something, and then I want to get out, right? That's it. That's it. That's all I want to do. Get in and get out. Because I know that this market could eat you up alive, because a lot of folks don't have the psychology of saying, oh, it'll come back. It'll come back. 2 days later, oh my God, it's not coming back. 3 days later, what do I do? And then you blow your account, right? My goal here is that no one blows your account. You understand risk management, and we'll be doing more of that as we go through. So again, Sabrina, good morning from California, the West Coast. So let's jump back into the full chart. Let's get into it. I'll be looking at the comments here from time to time. So if I miss you, I'll get back to you here. All right, so we are looking at this 8-hour chart. If you notice here yesterday, okay, I kind of gave this large area starting at 96. Okay, the reason why I did that is because looking up here, I had seen that we had traffic up here, and I saw, okay, we're going to maybe come back up to do this full teacup all the way around and come back up. We hit, though, okay, the reason why I took that first sell last night that I mentioned about it is because if you've heard me speaking before inside the members area, you know with crude oil, it loves the even numbers. Okay, let me get rid of this comment. It just loves that psychological even number. So when you go back into the chart, okay, and you look here, right, we went, I believe it was right at 95. Yeah, right at 95. So 95, I began to look here. Okay, so we hit perfectly. Look at that. We hit perfectly that psychological number of 95, right? Now, we're not going to trade from an 8-hour chart. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop all the way down to either the 15 or the 5, and we're going to begin to look to see price action, right? We're going to begin to look to see price action. So this is going to be a little bit of a teaching and trading. There's nothing really going on right now. The market's about to open, so let's wait, and then we'll try to pick something up, okay? So when we saw that rejection, okay, when we saw that rejection, then what happens is we begin to see this consolidation right in here, right? We're waiting for a breakout of the consolidation. Okay, you got to understand, this is my time, 8, 8:30, 9, okay, so forth around there. When price came back up here, that was the sell that I took. And I'm going to show you why, so you can see why here in just a minute. Now, you guys have been hearing me talk about fib levels, fib levels, fib levels. Okay, I trust fib levels, and I'll use them to this degree. So even on a 5-minute chart, okay, what I did is when I was home, while I was watching some TV, I saw this drop, and I threw this fib level on this candle right here, right? And look where price came down to. Price came perfectly to the 61.8. You've heard me talk about this over and over. Between 61 and 88, right? Blue light, Kmart special, right? When I saw that this wick came here and closed below, I felt I could scalp at least 10 points out of it. I grabbed 20. We opened up here, and we just came down, okay? And remember, 20 points is all you need to be happy right here. 20 points. It's not a big candle. That candle right there was a perfect 20-point candle. That's it. That's it. Now, had you stayed in the game or you wanted to continue trading, which for me, I was done. That was a quick little, snack before going to bed. Then guess what? Here we go again. You can go here. Now I'm going to remove these fib levels, and I'm going to add, again, this is just small time frame scalping, okay, with a very low risk because your 88.8 to 100 is very tight. So it came back again. It came back a second time right in here, okay? Rejected it. Boom, there's your entry. There's your one candle. That candle right there where it wicked, 20 points. It came back and did it again. So it just came back and did it again. It came back and did it again. If I put Fibonacci levels here, 61, here, about 61 to 88, here, I could, but just by watching it, I can tell 61, here, probably 88, right? So again, you could have done this multiple times and gotten your 20, 40 points before going to bed, or maybe this is your morning hour. So I want to make sure that everyone sees what I just did on that chart. And again, on the smaller charts, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, between the 61 and the 88, it's a great reward to risk because your 0 line or your 100% line is right there. You might be risking 3 pips, 4 pips to catch 15 or 20. That is a great risk to reward. Okay, that is a great risk to reward. So if that makes sense to you, drop the number 1 in the comment section. If that makes sense to you, what I am showing you, drop the number 1 in the comment section because I want to make sure that some of you understood what I just did there on a very small time frame that you can definitely use as a tool. And again, if you have not checked out the video on Fibonacci for crude oil, okay, you definitely want to go into my playlist and you want to watch that video. And if you've only watched it once, watch it again. The more that you do this, the more that you practice this, okay, the better you are going to become, okay? don't ask the question in our members chat. Like, I really want to discourage you from saying, hey, do I buy now or do I sell now? No, my goal is to teach you how to fish, okay? Because I won't be around forever, okay? I hope to be, but honestly, I won't be around forever, right? And maybe the next trader or person you follow won't be around forever. My goal is to give you enough confidence to be able to come in and do 5, 10, 15 points a day on your own where you don't need me, honestly, right? But I want to help you get there. It takes time, but I want to help you get there. So thank you for all the ones. That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. So let's get back into the chart. By the way, since those of you that are watching, I had a shirt printed, and I'm going to be offering these to our members. If you like this shirt and you want yourself a copy of this shirt, I want you to type the word shirts in the in the comments. Okay, and I want to show it to you here real quick. I'm going to stand up. All right. While you're sleeping, I'm in profit. And then we're going to put some bars on there, and I may change the scheme of the bars. But if you want this shirt, I'll have X amount printed out, all right, and we'll get them to our members area. We'll try to make sure that we can ship internationally as well. But if you like this shirt for you, drop the word shirts in the comments, and I'll also be putting this in the members chat area, and you'll have access to this as well. That's pretty cool because people always ask me about that. And when we're talking out in public, oh, what do you do? Oh, I trade. And that's how we start the conversation about trading. And again, for those of you especially that are trading London session and other sessions, that's pretty cool. So I want to make sure I give you guys access to this. And if you want it in your own language, let me know. I might be able to do that as well. If you want it, something that's not in English, we might be able to work that out as well. Hey, good morning from London. Okay, let's jump into the chart again. And so I just wanted to show you that as a little teaching opportunity before we jump into the chart here. So let's wipe this sucker out. Let's get back to our 8-hour chart. Okay, cool. And we're seeing that price is dropping on the 8-hour chart. Okay, we don't want to chase a falling knife. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of let you go into kind of what we're looking at here. Let's take a look here. And so we can see here that we have those wicks there. So I'm going to continue this, but I'm going to move it over here because this is going to align up for our possible scalp this morning. Okay. Next thing I want to do just for me is I just want to be able to give a visual of the 50-day moving average. Let me go here. Okay, cool. There it is. Okay. So let me make this bigger so you can see it at home. We are about 12 minutes away from market open. Okay. So now that we see this impulsive move right here, what I want to do, again, we are on an 8-hour chart. So relax. We're going to drop down in just a minute. I want to go from this swing low to this swing high, and I want to see where I'm at. Okay. Now I have to understand that I am entering a zone, right? I am entering a zone on the 8-hour chart. Okay. Now, of course, I like for price to get closer to the 50-day moving average or the 61.8. But again, we're on the 8-hour chart. So now what we do is we drop down to the 4-hour. What happens on the 4-hour? The 50 gets a lot closer to our 61.8, right? We have the 38, we have the 50, and guess what? Look what sits here perfectly, right? The 61.8 is going to kind of bounce near that 50-day moving average. So now you have a couple of check marks for you. Now let's drop down to the 1-hour. Okay. What do we see here? Okay. What do we see here? We're seeing that the 50-day moving average is moving up, right? On the 1-hour, right? We're still in an uptrend, right? And we're entering this zone. But guess what we have? We do have a 38.2 right here. Now, if I take a fib level from this momentum candle right here, from this bottom to this high, boom. What that does is now that puts us a new 61.8 near the 50 right here. So this right here, okay, which is about 92.51 or so, 92.50. Okay, this could be, again, my goal here that you can possibly scalp 10 points is to see if we can get price to come into here and then take a position from here. So this would look something like this. If you play with a stop loss, and I want to give you one for those that need it, we would probably look at something like this, maybe right here, but taking this back up to the London highs. Okay, that would be the buy position there. Are we going to sell from here? No, we're not going to sell here. We are going to trade with the trend right now. We have not yet broken the structure. Okay, we have not yet broken the structure. If we come up here and we go over here, right, we have not yet broken the structure. The structure, we need to come down to the negative 127 for us to break structure. So take a look at that. If this sounds doable for you, then again, this is a 10-point opportunity. Obviously, you can get more, but again, on a live session like this, where market first opens, maybe price crashes down, that will be the play. Now, the play should happen on the 5-minute chart, okay, on the 5-minute chart. So now we are going to zoom in. We are going to come down to the 5-minute chart, right? So something like this is what we're looking for. Now, while we're watching and while we're waiting, so everyone in the group, everyone in the members group has heard me say, when you're on a small time frame and you're going with the trend, what should you be looking for? What's my number one tool and my only tool that I really focus on is the 50-day moving average. I want to build your confidence. Yes, you'll lose a couple trades. It's okay. But if you have good risk management and you win 7 out of 10, even if you win 5 out of 5, but you have a 2-to-1 on every trade, you are a profitable trader. So going back into the session here, right? If you just look here, once we go below, you're waiting for the retracement. Not only is this a fib level, but it comes back down to the 50, right? It retraces back to the 50. The 50 works as an area, in this case, as resistance. This one here was further away, so maybe you say, okay, you don't want to take that one. This one was close enough that I would have taken it. This was another one right here, right? Where you can just put your stop loss right above the 50 and say, okay, I have a great risk to reward, right? So you can see there that even the 50 offered you multiple opportunities. So if you knew nothing about trading and you just decided, hey, I'm going to just use this 50-day moving average, right, as a tool. It's not a savior, as a tool. But guess what most people don't do? They don't spend time on the weekends when there's no trading or they're not busy at work. They don't spend an hour a week at least looking at charts and saying, wow, price was maybe below the 200 MA, or I can see that price is in a downtrend. I'm going to wait for the break and retest of the first one, right here. And then I'm going to look and just study the chart, right? We broke down. Here was the first one. So I didn't take the first one, but I took the second one because it came back. Then I took a third one, right? So again, these are just opportunities that all of you have because all of you can add a 50-day moving average into your chart. So I want to make sure that you saw that on the chart. So if you understand what you just saw, right, type in 50-day. Just type in 50-day, 50-day, because I want to make sure when I go back to the chat, especially for those members of mine, I review the chat. I want to go back. I do weekly homework as well. I want to go back and say, hey, you mentioned 50-day, right? I want you to go back, and that's going to be your homework this weekend for members to go back, and we're about 5 minutes away from the open. Your homework this weekend is to spend 1 hour. That's it, 30 minutes, whatever you can, right? However serious this is for you, to go into the charts and just look at your charts, whether it's oil, whether it's Forex pairs, gold, whatever it is, and just look at what price does at the 50-day moving average. That's how you build your confidence. Are you going to win every trade? No. Some may come up and maybe spike you out. But if you lose a couple of pips, but you're winning 10, 15 pips, wow, that's how you grow your account over and over and over. So that is the homework. Members, that is your homework. And I want members to post a picture in the group chat with one chart that you have the 50-day moving average where you circled, okay, where you would have gotten in, and share that chart during the course of the weekend so we can all see it and learn from each other. That's the power of the members chat. And since we're talking about the members chat and members are here live, I want you to know that when we move to this new platform, okay, which I'm going to delay a couple of weeks because we're just getting a lot of members coming in and I want to give them some access to stuff that we're doing here. When we get into this new members platform site, okay, which is going to be also an app that'll ping your phone, I will have the ability to break up chats, meaning you can enter whatever chat you want. If you trade London, you'll be able to go in a special chat. Only people that trade London will be able to share charts. You can go live with each other. You can talk for those that want to trade London. So it's not just a constant feed and people getting lost. If you only trade US session, I'm going to have a section for just US session. If you trade both, you'll be in both chats. I'm going to have courses built in there, and we're going to have some live feeds in there as well. So again, we have a lot of cool stuff coming in this new platform, and I want to do it right. My goal is to build community, right? Build community. I'd rather work with 10 serious people that say, hey, I'm in here for the long haul, than 50 people who are just coming in and saying, hey, when do we hit buy or sell? Like, that is not what we're about. We're definitely about learning and growing. And if you do that, I promise I will get you there, but it's not going to happen in 24 hours. It's not going to happen in 48 hours. So stick with it. Be patient. You'll get there. Even if you're an experienced trader, we have some amazing traders already in here. So again, this is a community. This is not just about me. I don't know everything. I lose some trades. I'm not perfect. I'm human. God is perfect, not me. So with that being said, we have a lot of cool stuff coming up as well. So let's jump back in here. Let's get ready and see what happens here. Okay, so we are seeing price moving into our first area. Okay, now I'm going to let you decide, okay, because everybody here is an adult, when you look at how aggressive you want to be to see if we get some pullback. If you notice right here, we have traffic at the top of this green line. So we may come here first and get a nice bounce up of 10, 15 points. Again, my goal on this session, okay, my goal is to give you 10 points. What you do after 10 points, that's up to you. Cash in, follow it. That's my goal. 10 points on this session. Okay, so we are going to stay here live. We are going to try to catch those 10 together. And again, this would be the first area I'm going to mark it, right? You can start at the top of the zone. If you want to wait, the white line. And if you really want to wait, the bottom of the green zone. Okay, so I'm giving you 3 target areas that you can enter. And so we are going to wait for the market to move. Now, if price comes all the way back up, then if we want to follow the trend, right, then we are going to wait for price to come back up near the 50-day moving average right up here. Okay, and so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw a Fibonacci from this high. Let's say that it reverses here. It all depends where it reverses. Okay, let's just say it happens here. Then again, this would be the circle that we enter because that's right around the 61.8, right? So here would be another sell position back down to this area. So I'm giving you a couple of different options. I want to hear from you as you take them or when you take them. Okay, I'm going to make this bigger so you can see it. So we have some buying options here, which is counter trading right now. That's why I only want to make it 10. Or if you want to allow the pullback, you decide. Do you want to be a buyer or a seller? Okay, I'm going to let you decide. And based on what you see right now, let me know in the comments if you are going to wait for the pullback to sell or if you are going to look to scalp a buy off that bottom area. Let me know in the chat, and I will be monitoring the chat as well as we go. So I'm going to leave it full screen so you can see what is going on as well, right? So again, you have an opportunity to either counter trend it at the bottom or wait for a pullback up and then trade with the trend at that point. So let's kind of see what happens here as the market. It is now 9:30 and the market is officially open. And hold on, I've got my son texting me from school. Okay, all is good. Okay, so this is it right here. We are going to wait to see what we do. And again, I don't do anything in between those two areas because you don't know where price is going to go. As you know, that's no man's land in the middle, right? If I lose a trade, I want to lose it because I built my platform, meaning I built all my tools, my zones, I had Fibonacci. And then if I lose it, I lose it. But at least I can say I did everything possible, right? But if I just go mid-level and I lose it, well, then that's on me because I didn't do enough homework. Okay. So we are seeing here at the open, we are seeing the possible pullback into that 61.8 area. So again, we are going to see what this does here. I'm going to kind of bring this up here. So that should be wide enough that everyone can see it. Okay, right in here. So again, the deeper it goes into the fib levels, the better you're off. We've got the 50 right in here at 93.03. And then we've got the 61 at 93.09. And then we got the 38.2. So again, we can see here now that we've had a little bit of wick rejection here for the last 5, 10, 15-minute candles. So if this 5-minute candle does not close above, price action is telling us it's going lower. Okay, if we can't close above here on this 5-minute candle, there it is. We might be going lower. So again, you decide. Maybe you want to scalp 5 points here, 5 points there. Shout out to those members that have said, hey, I've been scalping and making more money scalping than I have trying to, stress out for days on a long-term trade. So again, there was a good example how the wick over the last 5 minutes, 10 minutes did not close. When this wick and this candle did not close. Now, this is a 9:30 candle, so it needs to close by 9:35. If by 9:35 that candle didn't close above, there's still selling pressure, right? Look where we're at. There is a lot of selling pressure right now. But again, this is an open candle. This is why you always need to wait for the candle to close, because the candle could come down and then it can go all the way back up, right? It is the initial candle 9:30. We usually see some type of possible fake out like between 9:30 and 9:45 to 10 o'clock. And then there's a big move around 10:30 when the contracts are filled. So be patient. You have 2 target areas. Let price get to either one of those, which is back up here or back in these 3 areas right in here, 1, 2, or 3, depending on where you want to go. Okay. And then just be patient. Just be patient. And then try to grab your 10 points when you get in, right? Set your stop loss if you want to stop loss down here. Set your take profit, again, for this session at 10 points or higher. That's up to you. I just want to make sure that I give you the value and the areas based upon what we're seeing here. So let me jump into the chat. And we've got Susanna, who's going to wait for a buying opportunity. Awesome. We've got Randy, who's going to wait for a sell opportunity. So Randy's waiting for the pullback. Okay. Trading with the trend. Awesome. Okay. Very good. Somebody else is going to wait for the pullback to see if we get that for the sell. Trading with the trend. We've got Mr. Kevin Adams, a.k.a. Vicky Bakery. That was good yesterday, Kevin. Looking for a buy at the bottom of the zone. We've got Karan also waiting for a buy at the bottom of the zone. And listen, you're the only person that needs to justify it. You don't need to justify it to me. You don't need to justify it to your grandmother. You have to understand your trading plan and say, okay, I'm going to do this. If I win, great. And if you lose, you lose, right? It's okay. But at least you had a game plan. So I've given you a game plan. I hope it works out for everyone, whichever way they decide. But you are going to have to stick to that game plan. So we kind of touched the bottom of that section, pretty close to it, right? We hit that negative 27. So I've got a few people messaging me saying that they got in at the bottom of that zone. And so if you got in this area right here, you are now up 10 points. But again, you're going to probably face a little bit of resistance. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for those folks that are old like me and need glasses. Again, so let's see what price does here. And we are just going to wait. This is the part of trading that most people don't see if you're going to scalp. I give myself about an hour to an hour and a half in the mornings. If I don't catch my pips before bed, right, my goal is 40 a day. That's it. If I don't catch them, which I already caught them overnight, okay, then I just sit and I look to see if I can get something for what I'm looking for, right? Some days you just walk away with zero balance. Oh, well, that's great because you didn't make any mistakes because you stuck to your trading plan, right? I stick to my trading plan. My first 2 years, I did not stick to my trading plan. I was all over the place. I'd have winning days, I'd have losing days. I had more losing days than winning days because I wasn't as disciplined as I am now. And that's what we're going to get all of you to get disciplined at some point. So we are now sitting kind of in between these fib levels, which do act as minor support and resistance. Okay. So we are pretty close to the top, to officially hitting the top of that area. Again, a few people that message me say they grabbed 8 points and they closed. So you can do that 2 or 3 times a day. Then you are doing awesome. Okay, so we are back here at the top of this zone right here. We have this 5-minute candle that's just, going up and down a little bit. And I'm going to leave it right here. I'm going to kind of get rid of this arrow and make it a little bit smaller. This is our buying section, by the way, up in here. I'm sorry, our selling section, if you're going to wait for price to come back up to this area. Okay. And again, buying sections are here. Buying sections are here. And buying sections are here, depending on your level and your risk management and your conservativeness, where you want to go. So let's play it out. I'm going to go back over to the chat. Sabrina waiting for a buy. Awesome. The day trader waiting for a buy. Awesome. Okay, we've got somebody already in a sell, waiting for a pullback to add more. There you go. There you go. Get that money. Okay, now we're looking at price action. All right, we are officially in that first area there. Okay, so again, depending on your level of conservativeness, we might be entering a trade there, or you might be waiting for a further pullback down to the next level. So here we go. We are going there, and let's see where price closes. Again, 9:30 to 10 o'clock. Sometimes you get those different fake outs. So let's see where we are at here now as price begins to move down into our deeper zones. Remember, we had multiple Fibonacci levels on here from the 5-minute and then the other time frame as well. So depending on where you are at, then we shall look for our scalping. And folks, for those of you that, maybe this is something new to you, you're not used to any other type of trading. I know scalping at the beginning can seem a little bit overwhelmingly, but if you can sit on a chart for 30 to 40 minutes, and you do your homework, you're going to be able to find 5-10 points a session. And again, once it gets to the point where you're trading $100 a point, right? How many points do you really need a day? Like if you make 5 points and you're trading $100 a point, like that's a $500 day on maybe one of these candles, right? That's what I want you to think. If you're trading 10 cents, okay, so you only make 50 cents, right? But that's okay. That's where I started. I started trading 10 cents a pip and then grew from there, right? So there's no shame in the game, because at the end of the day, it's percentages. Forget how much money you make. And that's the problem with new traders. They look at the balance. They don't look at it. You just made 2%. I know several people who trade multi-million-dollar accounts for companies, and their goal is 0.5% a month. Let me say that again. 0.5% a month. That's realistic, right? But when you see all these traders and all these different sites, and I never call anybody out, you have the right to see and watch whoever you want, right? Are 1, 3, 5% gains daily going to be realistic long term? No. You can all have that great trade, right? But they're not going to be consistent long term. Okay, not even $1 million accounts can do 1% a day, right? So again, take a look at the reality of what you're doing, and if you can grab 3-4% a month, that's amazing. Knowing that a bank only gives you not even, at least in the United States, 0.000008, right? So again, you're very lucky to even get that. Okay. Let me know where you're at in the comments. Maybe you took something already. Maybe you cashed out some pips on that first level that was hit there. Again, we were looking for 10 pips on this channel. My goal is to be able to give you a little something. Okay. And if you're not in yet, then we shall sit and wait. Again, it is the 940 candle. So this is the view from the 5-minute candle. Okay, and I'm going to keep it here because obviously, as you know, you need 3 5-minute candles for a 15-minute candle, right? So that's the view from the 15-minute candle. Right now, we are seeing rejection on the 15-minute candle in this area, but the 15-minute candle is not closed until 9:45. Then 9:45. Hey, look what you got there. Then the candle will close and a new 15-minute candle will begin there, right? So let's kind of move this up. We'll leave this 15-minute candle open here for now. Let me go into the chart. Let's see what we got going on. If anybody's taking any type of profits, small, big, don't share your amount. That's one thing in my group we don't do. We don't want to share profits, right? You want to say, I grabbed 5, I grabbed 10 pips, points, whatever you want to call them. Then you can drop that in the comments as you grab them if you wish to share that. But we never want to sell a dollar amount because percentages is what we work for, not dollar amount. So let me jump back into full screen here. Again, this is where I say the 15-minute candle has not closed. And now when you look at the view of the 1-hour candle that started at 9 o'clock, well, there it is right there, right? There's the retracement, the small retracement we're seeing right now in this first zone that we talked about on the 1-hour candle. So the 1-hour candle will close at 10 a.m. and then we'll start. But if we don't close down here, right, then based on price action, we should see at least some form of a pullback up. And then we'll take a view from the 3-minute candle. So you can kind of see as we hone in on these areas, what the 3-minute candle is doing. Now you can see that the 50-day moving average, right, changes with every time frame. So here, it looks like I went above and above because you were on a 3-minute. That's why I don't really like the 3-minute. I like 5 to 15. But again, you can see here how the moving average is falling down here when it comes to the 3-minute chart, right? The 3-minute chart. So here we are at the top of this zone. For sure, you should have already secured, even with a spread, you're 10, right? Everybody should be up at least 10 from that zone, right? This is showing 14 on TradingView. You may have a small spread on your broker. That's why having the right broker is important. So if you're in the members area, I will be sharing that broker information with you because U.S. oil has a spread of 1 on my broker during the U.S. session, and during other sessions, 2 or 3. So again, if you can't be having spreads of 10 and expect to make money when you're scalping. So you need the right broker to be effective. So if you caught a little something on this slim pullback, because now price action is showing that we're probably going to go lower, and then maybe you can buy again and do it again. This is what I like to do multiple times a day, right? So right there, you can definitely drop that. So we are going now to the lower section right there, and I'll keep it here on the 3-minute so it's easier for you to see right in here. So let me know again in the comments where you're at. We will be ending this stream at 10 a.m. in 15 minutes because I do have other things to do as well. But again, if you're getting some value today, if you learned something, if it was just maybe just being patient, right? Definitely hit the like button for me. I would appreciate that. And I'm going to leave this video on public for about 24 hours, and then it'll be exclusively only back in the members area. So if there's someone that you want to, get excited about, share the video, tell them, hey, this is what we're doing in this group. You can definitely share this link of this video, and it'll be open public for 24 hours. So we are seeing that price, again, has not closed the 1 hour. We are into this area here. Okay, so this would be your next level, which is the 61.8 dead on the spot on this white line right in here. Okay, let me get rid of this thing right here. Okay, cool. Again, and this is the importance of waiting for candles to close. But when you're scalping, you don't necessarily need a candle to close because you're looking for impulse, right? You're looking for impulse. So now we know that price came down towards this section here. And again, now that it went below this fib level, we have to understand that there is some form of resistance that's going to happen here, right? So we will need a candle to close above this area, right? And this could be the candle now on the retracement. If it closes up in here, then we should be going higher to at least 92.73, okay? So again, there's our pullback into the 61.8 area. And again, folks, remember that no line is ever a perfect line. You got to understand that you've got to give yourself buffers on zones, right? You got to give yourself buffers on zones. Okay. So then we are going to hit the next level there. Now we did have some rejection here. Let's see if we go and we retrace all the way above this white line, then we are going to go up towards 92.80 to 92.90. But again, the candle is still in motion. It's a brand new 15-minute candle, even though I'm on a 3-minute candle. So again, this is why I talk about you can sit on a 3-minute candle. Once you feel confident, and you can scalp 5-6 points, and in an hour, you can do this in both directions. You can do this 5, 6, 7 times. You can walk away with 30, 40 points, and your day is done trading. That's it. That's it. The hair in the back of my neck starts to stand up when I see people in our members group posting about getting into trades at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, no, no, no. That's a no-no for me when it comes to trading, because that's all sometimes lower volume. And, yeah, you maybe can do this and get away with it. But if you're looking for like a longer term trade, if you're stuck in a trade, you want to get into a new long trade, that's not the place to do it. In my opinion, my trading rules clearly state that after 11:15 a.m., I do not get into any new trades. Okay. I don't trade in the afternoon just because volume is usually a little bit whack. And there's a lot of traps and setups in the afternoon. So again, this kind of stuff, if you know what you're doing, you can get away with it. But if you don't know what you're doing here, I advise you after 11 a.m., don't get into any new trades, because that's the main volatility of the London and US crossover session. All right, awesome. Hey, let me know real quick in the comments if you are getting some value. Drop the word value in the comments. If you're getting some value, drop the word value in the comments. Hey, let's congratulate Susanna. Boom, 18 points. Okay, guess what that candle is doing right now? We just got an impulse. We're probably getting a pullback retracement, right? And then we will continue higher based on price action. That's what we are looking. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Hey, thank you, Alex. You're getting some value. Awesome, awesome. So we just had this impulsive green candle. Okay. And wait, let me make sure I don't have any comments on. All right, awesome. We just got this impulsive green candle. Guess what happened here? There's our impulse. It came down to retest the zone. And guess where we're going next, ladies and gentlemen? We are going to about 92.70 on Trading View based on this price action. Now the candle hasn't closed, but based on what I see, that's exactly, hey, we just hit 92.70. Awesome. This candle is still open for another 11 minutes. So we might dance around, because remember, on the 1 hour candle, it's a slight wick pullback on the 1 hour. But on the 3-minute, right, we came back down to retest the zone and we hit 92.70. Let's see if we can go up to 92.73, which is this level right here. Okay, I want to congratulate everyone who's messaging me about you made a little bit of money today, whether you made 10 cents or $10,000. That was the goal of this, to learn a little something, to share community, grab a few pips, and then after this, go have some coffee and go take a nap. That is really what life should be all about. All right, so we are going to kind of wait here for another 11 minutes and kind of see where it goes. So I can give you my last final opinion. Hey, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Kevin. Hey, Randy, I appreciate that. Samir, I appreciate that. Edwin, 15 points and out. You keep doing that, and your account is going to grow successfully. Don't feel pressure to jump back in. I don't know what your account is. It doesn't really matter, right? Whatever that percentage was, first of all, be grateful that you grabbed that percentage. Be grateful that we have the ability in 2023, okay, to jump into a market. Some of us don't even have laptops or computers, and this is all you have, a phone that you can hit buy or sell, and you can make a little money, what I call Wi-Fi money. If you can make $1 a day, be thankful, be grateful. That's $1 more that you had doing something that 30 years ago, none of us could do, because we didn't have millions of dollars to be able to afford a hedge fund manager. So be thankful, be grateful. Every night before you go to bed, you should be grateful. You should be thankful for whatever. And if you lost, you didn't lose. You learned something that day, what not to do again. Or maybe you did everything right and you lost. Oh, well, guess what? Sports teams lose every weekend, right? They have a game plan. They have great players. They have great coaches, and they still lose. You can't win every game. Everything of trading is right here. We are going to conquer this moving forward in my members area, right? We are going to conquer this. Once you conquer this, trading is easy. Trading is super easy, right? But if you're always greedy, if enough is not enough, if you're always looking for more, you know, you can have a couple good months, but will you be around 7 years later, 8 years later doing this? Will you have time freedom to be able to go and pick up your kids from school, travel when you want to travel? That's should be your goal. Not how much money is in your bank account, right? Not spending thousands of dollars on a fancy car that sits in a driveway all day, right? Be humble, give back, volunteer, share what you know with others, introduce trading to someone else. I'm thankful that my older son, who trades full-time, introduced me to this 7 years ago. If not, who knows where I would be, right? So introduce this to someone. You might be saving a life that you don't even know. So again, be humble, be grateful, and that's awesome. Okay, awesome. All right, what do we got here? So here, by the way, this guy right here, right? So here, awesome trader, right? Love this person in the group. Love this person in the group. Definitely knows what they're doing. So awesome to have him. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We hit the magic 92.76 off the 61.8 area. And now for those of you that are sitting on possibly looking to sell, this is where I would look to sell in this area right in here. I think we had marked this up on the 5-minute chart. Yes. Okay. So I would need price to come all the way back towards this 50 to 61.8 near the 50. Okay. Hey, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. You see, we were patient today. We built our zones. We built our Fibonacci. And then we took our trade. We had a game plan today. If you do this for everything you do, I can lose and I'll be okay. I can lose and I will be okay. Hey, Kevin, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, listen, this channel isn't going to be fluff. One thing you'll never see me do, I do all the editing, by the way. So I apologize if you're used to watching YouTube videos with, you know, flashing lights and cars moving and people screaming and money signs going. That's not me. All right, I'm going to keep it real. So I do my videos. I record my videos. I edit my videos. I have money to get somebody to edit for me. I love doing it. I love doing it myself, but it won't be flashy because I want to be able to get in, give you what you need, and get out. I'm not about entertainment. I'm about value. So if you prefer value, you stay here. If you want entertainment, I'm not the guy for you. All right? I'm not the guy for you. I like to travel, be with family, hang out with people like Kevin, having breakfast in the morning here down in Miami, but I'm not about entertainment. So you're not going to see flashy videos. I'll do some YouTube shorts. It'll probably be about charts or trying to teach you something by asking you a question. So if you're looking for all this TikTok, walk stuff, not me. All right, not me. I don't even use all these other platforms. All right, I'm pretty much dedicated to YouTube, and I teach college leadership courses. So you'll see videos on that on my channel. But other than that, you're not going to see anything flashy. You're not going to see hype. You're not going to see me in my car shooting a video, going up and down the highway fast, flashing money or jewelry. Just I got my iWatch. I'm just very humble. I'd rather spend time giving others money, volunteering, being at my kid's school, than all that flashiness. So if that appeals to you, awesome. I'm glad you're here. If you want the flash, I'm not your guy. Just honestly, I'm not your guy. All right, I'm not your guy. So awesome. Hey, by the way, Sabrina, I want to give you a shout out. Man, you are so positive as a member. You take the time to go into my video and write some positive comments. You know, I appreciate that. Again, it's not about the membership level. It's about you taking the time to do it. So I do appreciate that. I know you just started like a week or two ago, and I've seen your progress already. I don't even care what your account size is. I've seen your maturity, and I've seen your progress. So awesome. Good to have you here. Thank you. Let me see the day trader. It's awesome that your son introduced you to this. Trading is a wonderful space to be in. Yeah, awesome. And I won't even tell you his name, but again, he started this 7 years ago, and he is huge in the crypto and DeFi space. He's been to, I don't know, 30 some odd countries teaching this kind of stuff and has done amazing. he just turned 29, as a matter of fact, my oldest of 4 boys. And he's the one that got me into this when I retired from law enforcement. And so I'm just a blessing to see him grow, to see him mature, to see him help so many people in so many impoverished countries to be able to take a phone and learn how to trade, Forex, crypto, learn how to invest and all that good stuff. And so my goals is probably to have him on here. I want to start doing maybe once a week some podcasts where I bring in some of you that are already trading and kind of get into your mindset. Talk about your experience so others can learn from you as well, right? What is your journey? Why did you start trading? Maybe you're a single mother, a single father. It's okay. You can do this. Maybe you're a married couple, significant other. You have kids. You don't have kids. I want to learn from all of you as well, because this is open to everyone who wants to invest a little bit of time with the right people to get you to the finish line. Okay. Alex, 20 points. Awesome. 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 Okay. I hope everyone had a good experience. Here we're getting a retracement, right? So for those of you that, maybe want to look for another scalp opportunity, if you did not get in the first time, right? When you see a retracement like this happen, okay, you want to let price come down even further, okay? Because we already came to this level. Now see if price, you can take another entry here if we get there somewhere in here, or wait till the candle closes. And if you can get something in here, even better. If we close below this green line, then we're going further south, okay? But again, if you've already got your pips for the day, that's what the session was all about. That is awesome. Okay, I'm going to be ending my stream. Have a great day, everyone. Those of you that are members, I will be off the chat for a while. I don't want to burn out and quit on you. So feel free to chat amongst each other. I've got some things to do this morning as well. And definitely jump back in the chat a little bit later and congratulate all of you. Okay. So again, this will be public for 24 hours and then I'll make it private back to members only. If you're in the members area, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. We got some great things coming up. This is your chance now to invite others. Come in, join the party, and we'll try to do one of these live sessions on a trading morning, at least once a week for sure. So at least we can learn something, and then if we can catch some pips, we can catch some pips as well. Okay, Simba, I appreciate you, man. Thanks. Susanna, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. So here again, thank you to your family as well. And I apologize if I butcher or I say your names incorrect. I'm human and I don't know everyone's name or the right pronunciation for everyone's name. Randy, you're welcome. Sabrina, you're welcome. And by the way, hopefully you got a chance to see my Miami Dolphins wrap up the Broncos this past weekend. If you follow American football, this Sunday, Buffalo and Miami, you know what I'll be doing here at home, watching it on TV. Okay, have a great day, everyone. Take care.